Yo, 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 yo. One, two, one, two. Alrighty. Severe weather terminology, United States. Wiki. Let's skim through where we left off. I'm also getting pretty good at actually announcing on what am I doing at Twitter. Then I actually is aware if I actually am aware with what I send to Twitter. I do. But yeah. I still have these wonderful, informative, entertainment-full article. Well, at least this is almost done. Yeah, non-meteorological hazards and administration messages to wind, and tropical cyclones. This whole thing is just terminology, phrases, and then we get to here. Oh. Alrighty. Almost finished with this one chapter. Well, to further ado, come on. Alrighty. Non-meteorological hazards and administrative messages. Alright, yeah. We got the other hazards, so that's good. Yeah, I keep on remember the wind. It's around like the 12 to 20 hour mark where it tends to be wary, but yeah, it's just like that. Well, anyhow. Now we're to non-meteorological hazards administration messages. I can't pronounce it, but I forgot. Alright. Non-meteorological hazards and administration messages. Yeah. The National Weather Service also relies on messages for non-weather related hazard events in text products and NOAA weather radio broadcasts, such as 911 telephone outrage emergency, TOA. E is emergency, O outage, and T is telephone. Alright, so TOA. Issued when 911 telephone service experiences a network outage over a geographic area or telephone exchange. Alternative phone numbers in which to reach 911 or dispatch emergency personnel will be provided to the public. Administration message, ADR, a non-emergency message providing updated information about an event that is either in progress, has experienced or concluded early pre-event preparation or mitigation activities, post-event recovery operations, or other emergency alert system related administrative matters. Avalanche Watch, AVA, indicates conditions are forecast to favor natural or human-induced avalanches that could affect roadways, structures, or back-county activities. Avalanche warning, AVW. Avalanche activity, neither natural or inhuman-induced, is ongoing or imminent, and likely to affect roadway structures or backcountry activities and threaten the lives of people within the avalanche path. Safety precautions will be recommended or ordered as dictated by state law or local ordinance. Onward to blue alert. Blue, it's really just a shortened wording of blue, but you can always do that E, so. Issued by state or local weathers to warn the public of information relating to a Local environment officer who was missing, seriously injured, or was killed in the line of duty, or if there is an immediate, no, imminent, immediate, permanent, imminent. Hmm. Credible threat to an officer, information on the suspect, and safety instructions for if the suspect has been spotted with a specific community may be included. The NWS added ability to convey these messages to its WFOs on a phased basis based in late 2019. Alrighty. Yeah, I might as well just use voice. Child Abduction Emergency, CAE. An emergency message usually issued in accordance with the Amber Alert, informing the public and law enforcement about a missing child believed to have been abducted. Local or state law enforcement agencies investigating the abduction will provide descriptions of the missing child, suspect, or vehicle used by the suspect, and ask the public to notify the requesting agency if they have information on the child's or suspect's whereabouts. Civil Danger Warning, CDW, assigned a higher priority than a local area emergency that indicates a hazardous event such as the contamination of local water supply or a military or terrorist attack that is imminent or ongoing, presenting a danger to a significant civilian population, requiring specific protective actions such as evacuation or sheltering in place. Earthquake warning, EQW, indicates earthquake activity is ongoing or imminent. Evacuation, imminent. No, immediate. Immediate. Yeah, I'm still having trouble pronouncing it because the way I'm saying it is just imminent. But evacuation, immediate. EVI. Warning the public that imminent, immediate, or immediate. Oh, okay, now I get it. It's a tomato situation. Alrighty. Also, I don't see much of my face in this camera. Let me actually see if it's the... Ah, no wonder. It's the leveler. That's what's up. Okay. I think I got it. Oh. Okay, I sort of got it. Wow. Just lifting it up a little bit more still makes a pretty good difference. Oh yeah, also it looks like my... You're showing the wrinkles in the shirt. Civil Danger Warning, CDW, assigned a higher priority than a local area emergency that indicates a hazardous event such as the contamination of local water supply or a military or terrorist attack that is immediate or ongoing, imminent. Yeah. Okay, that's the culprit. That's how you spell imminent. Not immediately or immediate. Imminent, or ongoing, presenting a danger to a significant civil population, requiring specific protective actions such as evacuation or sheltering in place. Maybe I'm actually being a bit nervous because I don't have water with me. I did clean the water bottle, so yeah, I could have timed that perfectly, but you know, it is how it is. Earthquake warning, EQW. All right, let me put another voice. Earthquake warning, EQW, indicates earthquake activity is ongoing or immediate. Imminent. I wonder how I dubbed that voice. I was trying to go to more like a was. It does sound more of an out of breath tone now. The more I'm developing it, but originally it was supposed to be a somewhat of a Smeagol voice. That's a little bit of a twang of wine, along with um, some volume that kind of go up or down depending on what you pronounce. But now it's developed into its own, like it being out of breath, which is actually interesting. It's different. All right, evacuation. Evacuation. It's not imminent. Immediate. Immediate. Immediately. No, immediate or immediate. Immediate. Imminent. It's not imminent. No, that's the thing. Imminent is its own word, but immediate or immediate. Immediate or immediate is the tomato. Let's switch. Okay. Evacuation immediate. EVI warns the public that immediate evacuation for a long duration emergency events such as it's weird to pronounce, but altogether, duration emergency event such as for an approaching tropical cyclone, a wildlife, or the release of flammable or explosive gas has been recommended or ordered by state and or local law enforcement. Hazardous materials warning. HMW warns the public of the release of non-radioactive hazardous materials such as a flammable gas, toxic chemical, or biological agent that may be necessitate recommendations of evacuation for an explosion, fire, or oil spill hazard, or sheltering in place for a toxic fume hazard. Yeah, so no change. Alrighty, let me actually. I'm gonna. Oh yeah, if you also know, I'm just like playing around with my voice because I'm actually having an entertaining time doing this. Even with other things coming about. Hey, even the stream. Great heavens, I remember how I have to deal with stuff when I was just straight on wanted to stream and stick with that schedule for that moment. Alrighty. I'm going to read this whole paragraph on law enforcement warning with that raspy voice out loud. Oh man, I wonder how that's gonna sound like. Law enforcement warning, LEW, issued by authorized law enforcement agencies to warn the public of an bomb explosion, riot, or other criminal event, e.g. a jailbreak that may result in the blockage roads, waterways, or facilities, the evacuation of denial of access to affected areas, and the arrest of violators or suspicious persons. That sounds pretty. Man, it sounds like I was pretty aggressive. Also, my mouth is not doing that good. Local Area Emergency, LAE. An emergency message that defines an event of insignificant threat to public safety and or property which would escalate, contribute to serious events, or disrupt critical public safety services such as a disruption in water, electrical or natural gas service, snowfall induced road closures, or a potential terrorism threat. Nuclear power plant warning, NUW, warns of a hazardous material event at a nuclear power plant classified as a site area emergency, a hazardous event confined to the plant site, or general emergency, an event affecting a less than 10 miles, 16 kilometers radius around the plant under Nuclear Regulatory Commission (NRC) guidelines. Authorized officials may recommend evacuation or medical treatment or of exposed persons in nearby areas. All right. Radiological hazard warning, NHW, indicates the loss, discovery, theft, or release of a radiological hazard. I'm still nothing. Shelter in place warning, SPW, indicates an event such as the release of hazardous materials containing toxic fumes or radioactivity harmful to residents in the warning area, in which the public is recommended to shelter in place and take necessary safety precautions. Tsunami watch, TSA. The tsunamis are forecast to impact a specific area. Tsunami warning, TSW. A tsunami with the potential of causing widespread coastal flooding accompanied by powerful currents and inundation and or significant damage to adjacent properties imminent, expected, or occurring, and may be continued for several hours after the wave's initial arrival, issued by the National Tsunami Warning Center. Tsunami advisory. A tsunami with the potential to generate strong currents or waves dangerous to those in or very near the water is imminent, expected, or occurring. The threat may continue for several hours after initial arrival, but significant inundation of land and adjacent property is not expected. Volcano warning, VOW, indicates volcanic activity that is going or imminent. Okay, now I'm even losing the raspy voice. Now it's sounding a bit of a deep nasalish voice. Maybe that's an indication that I'm starting to... My throat's starting to get tired. Me doing that noise accent. Wind and tropical cyclones. Wind alerting is classified into groups of 2 Beaufort numbers, getting a 6 through 7 for the lowest class of wind advisories. The last group indicates 3 Beaufort numbers, 14 through 16. Actual alerts can be categorized into 3 classes: maritime wind warnings, land wind warnings, and tropical cyclone warnings. Advisory force and gale force winds will not trigger separate wind advisory or warning if a blizzard warning is already in effect. However, as seen with Hurricane Sandy, if widespread high winds warnings are in effect prior to the issuance of a blizzard warning, the high wind warnings may be continued. Alrighty, so there's these tables, but when it comes to tables, I don't really have to read much about it. I'll talk about it. I'll analyze it. Wind alert terms and signals. Wind speed to marine or beach hazard warning, land warning, tropical cyclone warning, flags, lights, Beaufort. It doesn't do a good job with explaining Beauforts, but meh. I don't know. Yeah, shows the wind speed tour here and how the flags would move, which is interesting because trying to measure the flags and by numbers would show how to determine it by just looking into your eyes. This is also a legend in text. It's not part of the image because it's not really an image, but rather a table. So I don't understand why it's here, especially with Wiki. But I'm surprised they haven't found another way to write it. But that's the Wiki organization and the software end. Yeah. Stars tropical storm warning flags and lights will always be displayed the same as storm warnings flags and lights. You have the cross. A tropical storm with winds in the range is sometimes referred to as a severe tropical storm. Along with two crosses, the extreme wind warning is issued shortly before the eye wall makes landfall. Alrighty, now we're on to hazardous weather risks. Ooh. And until sometime later, take care.